Good Thursday afternoon, everyone. I'm student meteorologist Jamar Kimball.
And I'm student meteorologist Ayesha Wilkinson. And welcome to the Thursday show.
Oh, yes, Thursday show is a lot happening going on, but we'll get all of that later on to the show.
Yep.
First off, we got to talk about the severe weather threat that's happening right now.
Yeah, it's currently located in Alabama, southern Alabama, so that cold front has a squall line of storms coming through our area, and we're going to see that around the PM hours of 9 or 8 p.m.
Yeah, like right now, we are seeing very much a severe thunderstorm watch in our area. That's going to a warning later on into tonight, and we'll keep an update about that. I know student meteorologist Casey Cloud will give you an update about that around 8, 9 o'clock, so
That's
we'll
right.
always be staying tuned. You can always be on livestream.com. Facebook, Twitter, we'll be updating you constantly throughout the night.
Yes, definitely. And that severe thunderstorm watch, as he was talking about, will expire at 10 p.m. tonight. And that's for Leon County and the surrounding county areas like Thomasville and cities like that.
Yes, and because there's a low pressure system just in the Gulf that can make its way into our area Friday morning into Friday afternoon, which is why we see a lot more rain in the area for a majority of the weekend, pretty much.
Yeah, so more rain is in store for the weekend, sadly, for Easter.
Yeah.
So all our Easter plans are going to be washed out.
Yeah, it's very much going to be a very wet Easter. But now let's take it out to the first overview look with Blake.
Thank you very much, guys. We've got a lot to talk about, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Just like Jay and Ayesha were talking about, there's that line of severe weather out to our west in southern Alabama and across the Panhandle. Right now it's over around Panama City Beach and Panama City, and it's about to hit Mariana right now. And that will be moving into our area as we move on into tonight. And taking a broader look, you can see that just the long line of storms extending all the way up into the Appalachian Mountains and down into the Gulf of Mexico. And you can just see that coming towards us. And tonight, you can expect that line to come around 8 p.m. tonight with your chance of rain is 60%, but I do not see any of us not getting any of that rain. And your temperature is going to be 66 tonight. Very humid, so bring your umbrella and rain boots because you will be getting wet if you do not. And tomorrow's, the weather headlines for this week, cloudy until Monday. We're going to have a wet weekend because that front is going to be sticking around, and warm and humid temperatures. But now let's go ahead and take it back to the desk.
Thanks, Blake. So we got some sports for you guys. Right now, our women's basketball team is facing Baylor in the Sweet 16, and I'm pretty ready for it. It's going to happen in Texas, and it's on Saturday, so it's pretty exciting.
I know, it's going to be a very exciting matchup. I mean, we just beat number 4 Texas A&M seed. They went down. We beat them pretty decently. Yeah, they're done for. They're gone. But now we got to play the number 1 seed Baylor, and needless to say, as two powerhouses going against each other, best believe there's going to be a lot of fireworks going on.
Yeah, definitely. And then there's tennis, right?
Oh, yes. Currently, right now, the FSU men's tennis team is taking on Georgia Tech at the FSU Scott Spencer Tennis Center. So go check them out. They're also playing, if you can't go out, you can watch them on ESPN3.
Yeah, you might not want to go out there because it's rain, right?
Yeah, might be a little rainy, but again, it's going to be filmed inside if that does happen at the indoor tennis facility. So then matches will go on, maybe about 5 to 10 minute delay versus anything else.
Right, but we're going to take it back to Blake for a local look at the weather.
Thank you, guys. Good luck to our FSU tennis team. I know they're going to be pretty wet. But currently in Tallahassee right now, it's 74 degrees with overcast skies. Those clouds are going to be getting darker as we move on into the night. And the wind is coming out of the south at 17 miles an hour. Now with the temperature map, you can see where the line of storms is. Out to our west, where you can see the greens, that is where the rain has fallen, and it's just cooled air from all that rain. But out to our east, you can see all of these oranges. Out towards Perry and Valdosta at 78 degrees, you're really feeling that spring heat. And Tallahassee, with the overcast skies, it's 74. But the current winds, you can also see where that cold front is. Right now, the wind is coming out of the south from the Gulf in Panama City and Tallahassee. And throughout the whole southeast, we're seeing some relatively strong winds. 17 in Albany, 14 in Macon, and 20 miles per hour down in Panama City. That's pretty strong. And the wind, you can take a look at the satellite and radar. You can see just this line of storms right around Mariana and Panama City Beach that is coming towards Tallahassee region, and this will be moving out across the Panhandle and into the state of Florida and Georgia as the night goes on. But taking a look ahead to what's coming up, this low and the cold front you can see right here is in Mississippi and Alabama, but as we move on through tonight and into Friday morning, you can see all of this rain coming up from the Gulf and that line of storms really hitting Tallahassee around tonight and moving into Friday early morning. But Friday in the afternoon, around noontime, we're still going to get a lot of rain. You can see all this rain just sitting right on top of us, and unfortunately, that cold front is going to stay around our area for the rest of the weekend around because it's going to stall. But on the sand, it's 2 to 3 feet surf, so I would warn for rip currents because we might see some strong currents and wave action with this heightened wind moment right now. And tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be 76 degrees with a chance of rain, 60% chance of rain. It's going to be cloudy and rainy day tomorrow with that cold front, and the winds will be relatively strong. And as we move into the weather, what you're going to wear this weekend, it's going to be raining. Get your ducks in line because it's going to be quite the rainy one. Bring your rain jackets, your rain boots, your umbrella, all of these days because it is going to be a wet one tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. But Monday, we are looking that we're going to dry out. So luckily, you can pack those up on Monday, but do not pack those up now because we are going to be seeing rain for the next 3 consecutive days. Now, your 7-day forecast, yep, sunny on Sunday. You're going to see the Easter. It's going to be rainy, so move those Easter plans to Tuesday, and temperatures around for the rest of the week are going to be pretty stable. But let's move it to Ayesha for a look at the southeast.
Yeah, thanks, Blake. So right now, look at the southeast. Currently, 74 degrees in Tallahassee. Most of the severe weather happening in southern Alabama. You can see 66 in Montgomery. So a lot of severe weather happening for them. 24-hour temperature change right now, only 1 degree difference from yesterday, but you can see where the colder air is. Later on in Tupelo, you can see -10, and down in the southern parts of Alabama, Montgomery, -7. So a big difference in that area. That colder air pushing through, and you can see those severe storms. All of these lightning strikes are associated with that cold front, that strong squall line coming through our area. We're going to see that around 8 or 9 p.m. So we're going to be giving updates constantly. And also in southern Florida, Miami, Central, Orlando area, they're seeing some strong storms as well popping up in that area. So a lot of instability in the Gulf Coast of southern Alabama near New Orleans. It's going to be pushing through our area soon, so definitely get an umbrella. If you're not ready for that, get some rain boots too, because you're going to need it for the next weekend. Airport delays. You can see it. Miami has a lot of ground stop right now. Atlanta had a ground stop earlier. The graphic refresh, so Hartsfield, Jackson area, you're fine, but Miami down there, Miami ground stop with all the severe storms down there. So that's going to clear out of the way later on next week on Monday, but for right now, we're going to see those rainfall totals kick up into gear. You can see 1 inch after the weekend's over in Tallahassee. We're going to see a total of at least 1 inch in our area. But later on in Atlanta area, 75 is going to be a mess, folks, with all that rain coming through, and especially I-10 near the Pensacola region. So a lot of rainfall totals in that area as well. So tonight's forecast, 64 in Tallahassee. So it's going to be getting warmer. With all that warm air and all those warm temperatures, we're going to see some severe weather come into play here. 82 for tomorrow. So rain is in the forecast, so make sure you have an umbrella, but I'm going to send it back to Jay at the desk.
Thank you, Ayesha. Like when we keep mentioning earlier, like the lightning map, you see that cold front being a really, really strong threat to parts of the southeast U.S. Earlier on Wednesday, Texas saw a lot of damaging hail, about golf ball-sized hail happened to hit that area, so it was quite significant for this front to be making its way into our region. We are seeing reports of damaging winds, a lot of downed trees is reported as well, so we'll keep you updated constantly on that throughout the night, as well as the threat for the rest of the weekend. We are seeing not a big flood threat, but definitely a risk for it indeed. We're about to see almost near 3 to 4 inches of rain, so again, if you don't have to go outside, I wouldn't recommend it. If you have any plans, make sure you keep an umbrella or poncho handy. Make sure you have the FSU radios on and keep up to date on Twitter with the FSU Weather Alert, as well as the FSU Weather Code. We'll keep track about that throughout the weekend. Now, even for Easter Sunday, it's going to be a wet one. We're seeing about a 70% chance of rain, which is the most significant part of the rain for a majority of the weekend. So sadly, if any plans outdoors on Easter, you might want to move them indoors because it will be a wet one. Remember, turn around, don't drown. Just if you see a lot of running water, don't go through it. Don't take the chance. Just stay inside, stay indoors. For Easter, watch Easter movies, have Easter dinner if you want to with your loved one, or like me, if you're single, just have some Easter to yourself. Just boil some eggs, color it, and just take pictures of it so your friends can get jealous. I'm probably gonna post one on Instagram myself. It's just having a grand old time for Easter. But now, I know I've said enough about what's happening for Easter. I know, Ayesha, you have a local look about what's happening around Tallahassee, the current situation.
I do, Jay. So I'll have dinner with you. Don't worry, me and you both. We'll have Easter dinner. So current temperatures on campus, 74 with the overcast. Those clouds are going to keep us warm throughout the night, and we're going to see some rain showers come into play. Gusts at 24 miles per hour, so it's pretty breezy out there. If you go out there, the umbrella probably won't help you. The gusts really blowing into our campus area. Satellite and radar. The cold front hasn't came through yet, folks. It's way up there in southern Alabama, so it's going to come through later on. You can see that strong line of storms with that red and yellow moisture coming in. Current temperatures, St. Mark's at 74, and Carabel on the coast a little bit cooler. So you can see that red, those reds indicating how warm it is in our area, and it's definitely good for severe weather to pop up. So these are good conditions for severe weather, so just make sure you pay attention to that. So current winds coming from the south, 17 miles per hour, 9 in St. Mark's, and on the Mariana, 22. So that cold front is coming through, and you can see the winds changing along with it. So make sure you pay attention and know what's happening. It's better to be prepared than be scared. So just make sure you know what's happening. The low pressure system situated over us with that cold front is going to come through in on Thursday, and we're going to see some rain showers into Friday and also Saturday. So we were talking about a wet Easter. That's what's really going to happen. It's going to be rainy in Tallahassee for the most part and in Central Florida as well, so don't knock that out if you're traveling this weekend. Going into Saturday, you're going to still see those rain chances because the low is going to develop in the Gulf Coast, and you're going to see a lot of rain in that area, southern parts of Florida, and a lot of Miami as well. So definitely pay attention to that. This evening's forecast, we're going for 60% chance of rain, humid night because of all those clouds, and winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, but that gust is what you really need to pay attention to because right now it's 24 miles per hour on campus, and we haven't seen the cold front come through yet. So that means the gust is going to kick in, and it's going to be a higher chance of damaging winds. 66 as our low for tonight, but Friday's forecast, 76 degrees. It's going to be a warm one, so just keep your rain gear next to you and bring out those short sleeve shirts because it's spring and you're going to need them. Rain chances are going to increase throughout the weekend. Later on Friday, this is how your day is going to plan out. So 67, we're going to start at 8 a.m. That's pretty warm for 8 a.m. It's better than starting at 40s like we saw 2 weeks ago. That was pretty bad. But 71 at 12 p.m., and then we're going to warm up slightly to 76 at 5. So it's going to be a rainy afternoon for the most part. And we're not moving up that much because of all that cloud cover in our area. So 60s on Friday and Saturday, 70 on Sunday. So a lot of rain chances are going to increase. And I'm going to take it to Jay for a national look.
Oh, yes. Nationally, you're seeing not too much happening over in parts of the West Coast. The East Coast, seeing a lot of action, but I'll get into about that in just a bit. Currently, it's 74 degrees in Tallahassee, 69 in New Orleans, 63 in Dallas. Over in San Antonio, Texas, is seeing a nice sunny 70 degrees. Over in the north, seeing Billings at 50 degrees and Seattle at 50. And 24-hour temp change, you really see this cold front really take a big impact on Kansas City, Dallas, San Antonio. It hasn't hit our area just yet, but when it does, it's not going to really affect our temperatures as you've seen for the majority of the places. Like, for example, you see Memphis at just 9 degrees lower, New Orleans 6, and it's just past it just a bit. Atlanta's starting to see that cold front as well. So again, temperature is not going to really be affected. It's more so a rainmaker event for this cold front. And I really want to point this out. You see the line right here is starting to dissipate. And since then, the low is just off the coast of New Orleans, just sitting in the Gulf, making a lot of rain for our area. And you can see a little more into tonight and into tomorrow morning. I want to take a look around the north just a second, seeing the top of this cold front affect parts of Detroit, Buffalo, Boston, and just parts of New Hampshire and New York. So again, still, even though it is spring, they are seeing a couple winter storms over in the north and New England states. But when you take a zoomed in look into the south, you see this front really start taking an impact over our area later on to tonight and to tomorrow morning. The radar is just showing it a little, but just blowing up quite a bit for our region. So again, make sure you have the raincoats and rain boots, because it will be a wet one for parts of Tallahassee. And also, I really want to point out the watch this morning in our area. You're seeing a severe thunderstorm watch backs for parts of Leon, Gaston, Wakulla County, as well as parts of, looks like Mariana and Panama City are seeing a tornado watch in effect. So again, it's quite a significant advisory for parts of the southeast and the North Florida Panhandle. So it's quite a significant one. Now, next 48 hours, temperatures aren't going to be really affected too much in our area. It's going to just go back down to the 60s because of all the humidity and moisture in the air. It's not going to be too much. It's going to be more sticky, muggy, and humid for Friday morning. Later on into Friday afternoon, temperatures are going to go back up into about 76 degrees for our region, for Tallahassee. And then once we go past that into Saturday morning, into Saturday afternoon, you see 42 in Kansas City, 42 in Dallas, and 51 in San Antonio. And airport delays are quite much of a ground stop. You're seeing New York, Miami are in a ground stop, and Chicago of just a 51-minute delay. And last but not least, tonight's forecast, seeing 64 degrees in Tallahassee, 75 in Miami. Just quite a cool one for the night. And for tomorrow, you're seeing 82 degrees in Tallahassee and 87 in Miami. But I know, Ayesha, you have a very fun solo that's coming up, don't you?
I do, but I definitely want to kick it into our severe thunderstorm watch. Make sure you know that it ends at 10 p.m. tonight. So if you're going to Strozier or you're going out tonight, you know that there's going to be some severe weather happening and occurring in our area. But parts of Okeechobee County, they're seeing a lot of golf ball hail. So, you know, that is favorable for us. So just know that that's happening right now. But actually, I'm going to take it over onto Easter, like Jay was talking about. There's a lot of Tallahassee events happening. There's a free photo and Easter egg hunt happening on Langpep Way in Tallahassee. So check it out. It's 459 Langpip Way, and you can check out the Easter Bunny, take pictures, free photos. It's good for the kids, you know, and it's a 4x6 photo. And it starts on Saturday. So it starts on Saturday at 11 a.m. and ends at 4 p.m. But like I said before, there's going to be a lot of severe weather, a lot of rain showers happening. So if you do go out to this event, just know that you got to drive safely because there's a lot of rain happening in that area. So Easter egg hunt is going to be outside. So if you do take the kids out, maybe try to put some rain jackets on everyone and get some umbrellas because you're going to need it this weekend. But that happens March 26th and 27th. 2 to 3 p.m. for the Easter egg hunt, and ages from 2 to 10. So if you're like me and wanted free chocolate and go search for eggs, you can't go. Sorry, folks. It's only from 2 to 10 years old. But it's going to be a nice one. Tallahassee has a lot of free events. There's a local church across the street from FSU's campus that's doing pancakes. So check that out, too. There's a lot of free events happening for Easter. So you don't have to be lonely for Easter, Jay. Me and you can go out and have a good one. So it's not too bad. But I'm going to take it back to Blake.
Thanks, guys. I hope nobody's alone on Easter. Hopefully I won't be. But let's take a look around Florida. We do have an urgent situation going on in the Panhandle with all of that, with that squall line coming into Tallahassee. So keep your radios on or your TV on because you will want to stay tuned to that. But the rest of the state is looking pretty warm. 80 degrees in Tampa, 81 in Orlando. So we're going to start feeling those temperatures rise as we go on through the season. But 64 over in Pensacola because of all the rain they have seen. With the satellite and radar, you can see all that cloud cover that the Panhandle is seeing. That's why the temperatures are a little lower in that region and a little higher in the rest of Florida. But a few clouds in the central part of Florida, and some severe weather actually in South Florida right now in the Miami area. But taking a look at the temperature change in the state of Florida for 24 hours. We're just 1 degree warmer than we were yesterday at this time, 2 degrees warmer in Orlando and Tampa than yesterday, and 7 degrees lower in Pensacola. Just goes to show you how much this cold front is bringing down those temperatures across the region. And your current winds in the state of Florida, 6 miles per hour in Tampa, 17 in Tallahassee, and 15 in Pensacola. The cold front is really impacting this region, so the winds are going to be higher. And also down in South Florida, some of those severe thunderstorms are kicking up the winds there. So West Palm Beach and Miami, your winds are 16 miles per hour and 10 miles per hour. And down in Key West, you're also seeing some strong winds. And the future temperatures in Florida for Thursday, right now it's going to be 76, but as we move on through the night, a little cooling off in the central part of the state, but not as much as towards the Panhandle with all that rain that will be cooling us down. But Friday afternoon, those temperatures are going to go right back up in the center part of the state. 82 in Tampa, 80 in Orlando, 82 down in Fort Myers. So bring the sunblock out for them. And Saturday, going into Friday night, into the Saturday morning, those temperatures are going to start going down for the whole state, mostly in the Panhandle region, 56 miles per hour. And Saturday in the afternoon, again, the temperature is going to rise again, but there's actually a little cool pocket in the Tallahassee region, 62 degrees at 7 p.m. on Saturday, but that's not going to be nice because of all that rain and the humidity. And tonight's forecast is going to be 71 in Tampa, 64 in Tallahassee, pretty mild down towards the south. And across Florida during the day on Friday, it will be a hot one and a stormy one for a lot of the state. 86 degrees in Orlando, 86 down in West Palm Beach, 87 in Miami. So they're going to see a lot of heat down there and some of those thunderstorms. But Friday's forecast is going to be 84 degrees in Tampa, 85 degrees in Orlando and the rest of the state. But for now, let's go ahead and take it to Jay.
Thank you, Blake. Like me and Ayesha mentioned earlier on the sports segment of the desk, the FSU men's tennis team is playing against Georgia Tech, an ACC rival, today at 5 o'clock. I found out earlier on that they won the doubles point, so they're up 1-0 on Georgia Tech. And, of course, the dynamic duo of Marco Nunes and Benjamin Locke, who is in top 10 nationally in the NCAA for men's tennis doubles, has also stayed undefeated so far. And that's another ranked school that they managed to beat, and convincingly too. So they will be making their way into NCAA top 64 later on into April and into May. Now for the rest of the team, they're actually in a very, very good fight against Georgia Tech. The majority of them, like 5 of the 6 players, have won. It took the first set off of Georgia Tech, but they are in some gruesome battles in the second set. I'll keep you updated on that. They are still playing outside until the storm gets here, and they're staying around 7, 8 o'clock. If it goes to that long, they'll move the courts to the indoor courts facilities next to the FSU men's golf and FSU men's swimming pool. So again, if they do move it there, you can catch them on the FSU men's indoor facility. Now they're also playing on ESPN3, so if you can't go out and watch the match now, you can watch on ESPN3 after the show, I would say, because I know I'm definitely going out and watching the rest of their match and definitely catch some highlights and some interviews. But for the most part, it's quite a really great battle. And they came off a huge win last week against North Carolina. They're the #1 school in the nation for tennis, and they managed to beat them in a 4-3 battle royale. And they wound up losing Virginia Tech the week later, and they wound up becoming a new #1 school. But because of them beating North Carolina State, again, first time in FSU men's tennis history that they ever beat a #1 ranked school, they have since moved into the top 25. So that's a very great event for Dwayne Halquist, the main FSU men's tennis coach, and all the team is super excited about that win. And they're, again, catch them on ESPN3 because it's going to be a battle. But now, locally, we're seeing not too much to be worried about just yet. We are seeing a lot of stormy weather approaching our area. But for right now, today's almanac seeing 80 degrees as the high and 51 as the low. We're just seeing 5 degrees a little above our average and just 3 above our average as well. So again, not too much to be worried about for today's almanac. Currently around the area, you're seeing 74 degrees in Tallahassee, 78 in Valdosta. Over in Panama City, they are seeing a wet one at 72 degrees. Over in Pensacola, again, another wet one at 64 degrees. And southern radar, you are seeing a bunch of storms. Cold front is really starting taking a big impact in Pensacola, Panama City. It hasn't hit Tallahassee just yet, but as you see, it will be making its way into our region. So make sure you stay alert and stay tuned later on into tonight because we'll be keeping updates on the storm as it approaches us. Now, taking a look ahead, you are seeing this low pressure system really start to take an impact to Friday and Saturday. As we put this into motion, it will be quite a wet one as you see the storm starts to really take a big move and push into our region on Friday morning into Friday afternoon. And going into Friday afternoon into Friday night, that low is going to move its way off us and into North Carolina and South Carolina region. But for our area, the cold front is just going to meander and just linger around our region for Saturday into Sunday, which is why we're going to be a wet one for the weekend. And sadly for Easter, it will be a wet and sad Easter for majority of us. Nothing we can do about it. However, you see the wind speed, Panama City, since the show has started, is really picked up at 31 mile per hour gusts. So it's quite a windy one there. It probably has some down power lines, some down trees. So again, this storm is nothing to play around with because it is quite a windy one for Panama City, and that's going to make its way into our region later on into tonight. Now, the seaside forecast for Friday, if you're going to go out, I wouldn't recommend it only because it will be a light chop, but it will be quite a wet one for Friday. But if you're going to do, we have winds at south at 10 miles per hour, surf at 2 to 3 feet, and like I said, a light chop on the sand and on the water. But showers and thunderstorms are going to be a big impact for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, in our area for tonight, 66 degrees. It's just going to be a humid night. Just bring an umbrella if you have any plans to go outside. And again, 60% chance of rain. That has since moved up about 70-80% as the storm is making its way into our region. Now, for Friday, if any classes on Friday, it's 76 degrees. It's going to be cloudy. It's going to be a rainy day. And just a sad way to end our week after all the exams and all the midterms. Because I know I had a couple exams. I know Ayesha had a couple exams. Blake had a couple exams. We're all just pretty much, we just want to see sunshine, and we're not going to see sunshine until pretty much Tuesday. But then after that, rain does make its way back in our region Wednesday and into Thursday. So again, it's not a great one for the rain chances, but it is going to be a great one for at least the temperatures anyways.
Yeah, those temperatures are looking warmer, way warmer than what we saw about the beginning of March. It was pretty cold here.
Yeah, I know. I'm a South-Floridian, so for me, the cold just did not work. It's I really did not like the cold.
Right. So, I mean, Tallahassee's having some Easter plans like I talked about. Myers Park, they're having a free Easter egg hunt, but there's an age limit, so we can't go.
Oh,
yeah.
We can have our own Easter egg hunt. Just bring some of our friends, just like, hey, let's just paint some Easter eggs. Probably have like a cash prize, something like that, in one of the eggs.
Something indoors, because those rain chances, 60% chance on Saturday, 70 on Sunday. So significant rain coming in our area.
Yeah, but you see Tuesday, Wednesday, it's looking pretty nice. I mean, it's going to be clear conditions for Tuesday at least. Wednesday, rain does make its way back into our region. And Thursday, the rain chances are back once again.
They are, but that warm weather is here. Yeah, it's wetter too. But like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter /FSU Weather. And you can always watch us on livestream.com/FSU Weather. We have Instagram. Follow us, guys. We love your pictures, anything.
Yeah, because, like yesterday, we brought in puppies, and we all had snapshots of the puppies, so yeah. I know it's on our Instagram. So come check it out, because they're just adorable.
Yeah, definitely. Check us out. Follow us. We're always on, and we'll be streaming live tonight with the severe storms coming through our area. So check out Casey Cloud, Jay. We'll all be here. So, yep, I'm student meteorologist Ayesha Wilkinson.
I'm student meteorologist Jamar Kimball. Stay tuned to us later on tonight, where you find out more about the storm.
Yep, have a good night, Tallahassee.